live from the command center in Minnesota, JW Solar USA. Thanks for watching. In today's video, I just want to come back, touch bases on the Victron Energy, the Phoenix Smart 12 volt 2000 VA Bluetooth capability, and with the Smart Solar Charge Controller MPPT 5045. Remember, I mentioned this to you guys. I mentioned bought two, the one I ordered, and they sent me the wrong one without the face, the external display. If you watch the previous video, you can see the other one has a display and this one doesn't. Okay, and we had that with the the seller, and it seems like he's very reluctant into accepting what the customer needs. But I'll make a video of that customer soon, because one thing I learned about Victron is a very good product. It's not Victron that has a problem, it's the distributors or the sellers. So the advantage and disadvantage of having Victron equipment, stay tuned for that video. It's gonna come soon, and I'm gonna tell you my experiences in my transition to Victron Energy. Company is fantastic. The sellers or the customer service and other things I'm going to be talking about. So let's get back to the video here. This guy, I already said anything about it. The MK3-USB, we're going to talk about that one. And here you see the system. And finally, we incorporated the top band batteries, lithium iron phosphate batteries. Here, I already got a positive and a negative. So it's a lot of amp hours here. All right. So what you see here, each string, because it's one, two, three, four. 4 cells in series and 5 in parallel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excuse me. So each battery or cell is 25 amp hours. That's a 80 watt. So calculate this one. 25 in 4 in series for 12 volts is still gonna be 25 amp hours at 12 volt. 25, 25, 25, 25. Okay. If we look at it, so it's 25 times 4, it's 125. So 125 here. Okay, let's start from here. 125 here, 125 here, 125 here, and here. So that gives us, if you multiply that 125 times 4 modules already created, that gives us a 500 amp hours at 12 volt. Okay, so if you're looking at it, how many watt hours is this? This is more than 6 kilowatt. So if you calculate, each module is 80 times, this is a 20 batteries here. So is 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So it's a 20 batteries here. 20 and 20 is 80 batteries here. Then I have another 20, a stack of this, 24, a stack of these ones on the other box. Here, I'll show you. Here are the other rest of the batteries I haven't connected yet, or used my Kempton tape on. I ran out of Kempton tape. So 20 batteries on each string. That gives us 80 batteries here. So if you calculate 80 times 80 batteries times 80 watt is 6.4 kilowatt. 80 times 80 is 6,400. Okay, so 6 kilowatts of energy storage here at 12 volts. Okay, 6.4 kilowatts at 500 amp hours, 12 volt. So I just explained the configuration. These are all the series interconnect. There's a bus on the back here, so parallel. All these ones come into interconnect. All these ones come into interconnect. Around out of these is a thick bus bar. So these are the ones for the Nissan Leaf before. And here just an indication because is tin copper plated or something that comes from the previous Nissan Leaf. And that's how I interconnect them and jump them. So I'm not going to be pulling so much power on this battery for me to cause a problem with these buses. Okay, they're all parallel because I have to use a thin ones, not thin that came from the Nissan Leaf. But if I have one more or more of these guys, I will stack them. But look at the bolt sticking out from the battery. It's not that long. So if I have another one stacking it, maybe I can have space with this. So these ones would have enough. So it's just gonna run on this system. Okay, I'm building this system for my mom or for my parents, my folks. But my mom really likes, both of them like renewable energy since my dad passed away. And I made a promise that I'm gonna build them a system. They want a system because they just believe on technology and they believe in me since I was younger, and with sciences and technology, playing with all stuff, doing this chemistry and physics and all the other stuff at school. they yeah, I became who I became, but it's just behind the scene. So I just want to stay the way I am. We're all learning together. I'm not proving any point to nobody here, but I'm making myself sustainable and trying to be self-sufficient. So nobody can teach me how to make electricity in a time of needs or crisis, and I can able to help other people go about this. But the purpose of this thing, I'm just trying to show you that these batteries, the purpose of this video is just to show you that these batteries went live. I got a 2 hot cable here, but you can see there it's thick, so you can see a gap right here. I was going to use a washer, but the washer is kind of if I put a washer, I don't have much gain right here. And this one just center, I use a flange, whatever, nut. That's the same thing, but I don't want to strip anything. This one I did this way, and this one, it's really sturdy, really hard, not going anywhere. I don't just want to keep messing with terminals because these batteries are really hard to get, and I bought them from Battery Hookup, and they don't have them anymore. So if you want, you have to deal with China, which I'm not gonna do, and stay in my territory. So this is the system, and what I've done, I got a switch here, disconnect, which is made by Blue Seal, and you can see it can accommodate to up to 32 volts. That's what you need, and 350 amps continuous, which is a 600 amps intermittent. So what I've done, this is for marine, for boats, and the cool stuff people want to do, RVs or whatever. So Victron use a lot of these on their install. So this is what I've done. I was conduit, whatever you call it, like trunking. I bought a lot of these guys just to isolate or protect these wires from sticking out. I'm going to build these channels just to clean up everything. And my mom moved overseas, you know. She's from here, American citizen, but she moved overseas to retire. So they're spending more time there now. So I'm gonna send this system to her so that she can even, because there's power outages overseas. It's not as steady. Like we do have outages here in the North America, but especially right now, people are dealing with the hurricane that just happened in Florida and all that kind of stuff, and people are out of electricity and all the good stuff. If you have a system like this, can do a lot of stuff for you. It's the portables. The 12 volts is easy to manage. You can have 2 panels and whatever, you can parallel them, or 1 panel. You don't have to have a lot when it comes to a crisis because you don't have a place to set them up. Or maybe the rest of the panels already destroyed. Maybe you have only 1 or 2 that you can able to set up temporarily because you don't have a house, or maybe you guys stranded in somewhere else. So I can help a command center, or maybe a fire force. I can like charging the radios, or using a dispatch position where they need power. A mobile system, plug up their system. People can charge their cell phones, they can reach their loved ones, computers, tablets, and all that good stuff. Bluetooth capability and all that good stuff. I can able to help out if you build a system like this. So with a 45 amp charge controller, you do the math. Then you can see how much panel we can put in a 12 volt. This is expandable, can go 12, 24, 36, 48. 36, you have to set it, manually set that. But the 12, 24, and 48 is already preset. So you just have to do. So it's a Bluetooth capability, and which I'm going to send a device. Here's a Samsung tablet that she's going to be able to navigate and see what's the state of charge, how much power coming in and out, because I'm trying to stay away from anything with meters here, because a lot of people out there, or some places, they'd like to know, they're like technically inclined to know things or to do things or to help people, which end up destroying the system. Because now if you don't have the capability to push any button to reprogram or to disprogram the parameters on this thing, and they're going to cause a problem into this lithium iron phosphate batteries and trying to overcharge them, then that keeps people away, keep them away from touching things, unless she hand over the tablet or the monitoring system to somebody else, which I don't think she's gonna do. She's gonna call me first, and they can tamper into this. Can change any parameters, just like this guy, the battery monitor. So someone can mess with something settings here, can offset things here. This guy is like the gateway. This guy is gonna say, nope, I'm programmed to only charge this battery at certain capacity, certain voltage, and you can pull so much power on this, and I can't let this battery discharge till everything dies, and I'm protecting it. It's my responsibility. It's not gonna change, offset anything how this battery is supposed to be charging. Someone can change here. I believe that someone can change if you want to change this, but if this one is set, this is like a gateway. So the power is just floating here, it doesn't go anywhere, which the inverter is just gonna burn, which you're not gonna be touching any of these batteries, the power you already stored here. So that's why I designed it this way. So this is gonna be a gateway to protect excess power from coming in here, or something I don't want to happen. So it's a double gateway. This one is protecting, the parameters are all the same. With this guy here, And this one has a parameter as well, because you can program this. It's a Bluetooth capability. So the Victron stuff, they have a password requirement. So I can set the password, change the default password, so nobody else can just try to default whatever it is. But I'll keep this guy to the task, so his toes don't let nobody into these guys here. This is the reason why I built it this way. And this is the reason why I didn't put a BMS into these ones anyway. These guys are really good. Lithium iron phosphate batteries, they don't just catch on fire. Nothing is possible, but they don't just catch on fire like that. They're kind of safe batteries. So due to that, I want to make sure that if I'm sending something like this to my mother or my loved one, and I don't want anything that is flammable, I don't want anything that's gonna cause um, problem. Well, she's a young lady. You can't say old. So the less worries and the more safety and less worries. So that's why I want to do. I have all these things, bus bars, and make sure they're covered. And anything they want to do, I'll give instruction. I'll make a video. That's why I designed it this way. Nobody else can do anything. Want to tighten up these wires. Yeah, I wish I have this guy, a long one, so that I can able to put all the things together. And I was gonna use the Victron, the Servo GX on this. Well, it's gonna be too much, but I was gonna use the other Renogy, like this guy here. I was gonna use it so that they can see, but for the prevention for people to tamper, want to be like the engineers, if they have like troubleshooting something, maybe we are sleeping here, the time zone, time difference. So maybe, oh, I don't want to disturb him, let me sleep, and blah blah blah. And somebody else, oh, I know how to do this, and they call some crazy solar company over there and screw up everything, because some people don't even ask for manuals. They think they're tough, they think they know things, and this is what I'm trying to do, make sure everything is secured. So I was gonna try and put another charge controller here, but due to space, I was thinking about reconfiguring this guy to go horizontal. But if I go horizontal, I can have these guys down here, so it's gonna be trouble. And I was going to add another charge controller here so I can add more solar panels. So the solar panel is going to be working on this. You guys probably going to be asking, so JW Solar, what panels are going to be using here? It's not that much panels. So I can able to throw on a 45 amp. You do the math, approximately 660, something like that, around 600. But I can put two panels here with 300 watts panels, or maybe if I just want to push it very close to 800, maybe 400 watts solar panel, just two of them. Don't need a massive thing, no, low key, but she's gonna be having more charging here. I'm gonna do a DC, which I ran out of space here. DC to DC charging, then you can charge your cell phones or tablets or whatever. And the lighting system, I don't want to put too much here because it's just a 2000 VA, which is volt amp. Victron don't do anything with watts, what hours. It's a VA, volt amp. So this is approximately about 1600 rated, 1600 continuous. So that's what it is, not like a 2000 watt inverter. 1600, something like that. So you can use the freezer, fridge, router, all this stuff. But what I was gonna do for lighting is DC. I want to go to DC to DC conversion, which you can charge your phone. The lights are DC. And I was trying to get another DC box here, DC to DC converter, just like this, a Victron one. But I'm probably gonna use a Blue Seal on this, which I'm trying to look for space. I can fit something here, which gonna go, the block's gonna be around here, that's gonna distribute and go to a main panel that's gonna give the lighting DC to DC, just like RV. So you can use DC light, or you can use screw bulbs. But since it's an international, you can buy those. Well, you can get them, and you can go about this. Everything gonna just look so nice. So this is what it is, and guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Just want to elaborate on this one a little bit, and this is how far we've gone, and we're charging right now, but I can show you because I'm filming with my phone, and the numbers, all the connection is there. We were bringing approximately 400 and 240 50 watts coming in at 16 amps I saw earlier, but I'll try to do that instead of the Bluetooth um, app Victron onto the other device, the tablet, so we can able to see how the charging goes. But it's not something new. You guys have seen all this stuff happening. So yeah, stay tuned, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Stay tuned because we have the Servo GX, we have the MK Bluetooth device, the MK3, and we have the Servo GX display. So now we have a full one, and now we got a complete system. Now we have the smart solar charge controller just like this, but is the 85 amp for a 48 volt system inverter that we just bought, and that's gonna come soon on the next videos. A lot of series videos coming up. Thanks for watching.